moaning water filled his ears. In the morning, the water was a deep brown. In the afternoon, it was a clay yellow. And at night, it was black, like a restless tide of liquid tar. The water was already 6 feet deep and rising. It had risen 2 feet that day. 2 days ago, he had told Bob to take the old mule to Bowman's plantation and sell it or swap it for a boat, any kind of boat. Worst of all, there was Lulu. Flat on her back these 4 days, sick with a child she could not deliver. Suddenly, every muscle in his body stretched taut as a low rumble of thunder rose and died away. Nothing be worse than rain now. Good rain will come and wash that old levee away, sure as hell. If Bob came with the boat, he would plow Lulu in and row her over to the Red Cross hospital. The white folks would take her in. They would have to take her in. His body grew rigid, looking out of the window, straining to listen. He went to the front door. Saw Bob standing far down on the long steps near the water. He was bending over, fumbling with the coil of rope. Behind him, a white rowboat trembled in the current. Thank God we got a boat! Where you get it from? I'm one tired soul, Bob said. Pee-wee came in, rubbing his eyes. You get a boat, Uncle Bob? Granny came in, stood behind Pee-wee. They looked from Bob to Man. I went everywhere, looking high and low for a boat. Some wanted $40, some $50. I met one man who wanted 100. I couldn't buy a boat nowhere, so I ups and steals a boat when nobody was looking. You stole the boat? Asked Man. This old man Hartfields, and you know how he hates niggas. Everybody knows his boat when they sees it. And listen, there's trouble starting there in town, too. That old levee is still overflowing in the north, and they're expecting the one by the cement plant to go at any minute. They're going to put everything that they can find on the levee by the railroad, piling sand and cement bags, driving them like slaves. I heard that they killed 2 or 3 already who tried to run away. Things awful bad there in town. Everywhere I look, but nothing but white men with guns. Ain't nothing else to do, said Man. I tried to get the white folks back their boat after I get Lulu to the hospital. Like a faraway echo, a voice floated over the water. Brother Man! You're there, Brother Man! Man opened the door. It was pitch black outside. He saw a tall man standing in the boat, holding on to a rope by the steps. That's you, Elder. Y'all ain't gone yet, said Elder Mary. How's Sister Lulu? Man, they're taking to the Red Cross, said the man. Man led the way into Lulu's room, where a smoking pine knot made shadows blink on the wall. Lulu lay on top of her bed covers. Her hair was disordered. Her face was wet, her breath came fast. Lulu looked up at Man weakly. She was a small woman with large, shining eyes. Her arms were stretched out on her side. Her hands clutched the quilt. Man turned from the bed to the dresser, eased his pistol under the top drawer, and slipped it into his pocket. Well, brothers and sisters, said Elder Murray, I'm heading on to the hills. I got a boatload of stuff outside, but there's room for 2 or 3 more. Anybody want to go? Can you take Bob along with you? Asked Man. Sure. Man lifted Lulu from the bed. Bob, better go down and steady that boat. Bob pulled the boat close to the steps and held it. Man stepped inside and rested Lulu in the back seat. Come on, y'all, he called to Granny and Pee-wee. Elder Murray was the first to shove off. Man took the oars, wet the handles to prevent creaking, dipped and pulled. The boat glided out over the darkening flood.